Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Hope you got them big old cups of coffee so we can get in and talk about some crypto. As always, thanks to all those who have subscribed. And if there's anything here you want to learn a bit more about, links are down in the description. So, hey, going to be talking about some Chainlink, Cosmos, Polkadot, Terra, Iota, Binance, popping over to Visa. And that's just in the first five. So let's get into things. I don't know who's aware because I was checking Coin Market Cap before bed last night, and I noticed Chainlink had jumped up by like 18% or something like that, and I was like, "What in the world?" So that was crazy. If you're holding Chainlink, hats off to you. Congratulations. I hope if you hit any markers you were planning on hitting, that you were able to cash out and get some money into your pocket. But yeah, I tried looking last night to be like, why in the world is this going up? Couldn't find anything. Finally, I found this. It's the best I got, so we'll talk about it. So yeah, apparently out in China, Chainlink had been adopted by their blockchain service network. The project went live. It's got over 135 public nodes, so hey, that's pretty cool, pretty good development. So yeah, so the Zhejiang district in China has laid the foundation for the blockchain service network, which is the country's ambitious nationwide blockchain project, per local reports this week. To start, 135 public nodes are reportedly active in the province, affirming China's broader 5 year plan that heavily features on blockchain technology, of which China oracles form a major part. They supply real time data to the protocol, let things in from the outside, so that way the blockchain can make its determination based on the information the oracles bring in. Link, however, Chainlink does not actually feature on the network, but it is still heavily integrated into the network. So I think that might be where the pump has come from. Just people super excited that Chainlink is being used in the real world for real world things. So yes, the first provincial backbone blockchain got launched over the weekend. Apparently, it was attended by diplomats, think tanks, and a prominent media organization. Well, yeah, they gotta get that news out there. Oh yeah, China will establish in-depth strategic cooperation with local firms to promote, popularize, and develop blockchain-based projects to serve the public. Applications include providing convenient and low-cost one-stop blockchain environment services to individual users. Hangzhou Mobile is one of the partners, indicating there'll be some telecommunication-centric blockchain services. Uh, Touting it as the blockchain internet, the backbone is part of the blockchain service network, which is a major Chinese project that aims to bring internet-enabled blockchain services to the general population. This article kind of circles back on itself. Honestly, they're using a lot of buzzwords. I think it's China really hasn't released hard details on exactly what they want to do with these things, other than to power cities, quote unquote. So yeah, they're promising like cloud connectivity, cross-layer framework, cross-border blockchain service capabilities, and to ensure and promote the steady development of local blockchain industry and empower rapid establishment of the upcoming industrial chain. Like, look, this whole thing was not easy for them to do. It's a monumental task. 135 different nodes across all these different things. Starting something like this from scratch is a big deal. It's huge. It should be commended. But like I said, they're being a little vague on what it's going to do, other than just popping up these buzzwords. They might have been more clear, and this is currently just like a translation thing that needs to get worked out. Still, great news for Chainlink. It's being used. It's being featured. It's good. However, what exactly the blockchain service network's going to do other than connect things together in blockchains? Pew, pew, pew. I don't know. I don't think anyone really knows. I doubt they know exactly what it's going to do, other than they're going to try to provide services to help develop other projects and things like that. At least, hopefully, that's what they're going to be doing. But hey, who knows? But yeah, this is the only reason I could find that Chainlink jumped up like it did. I'm glad that it did. When one project increases like that, you see a jump in everything else in the market. So that's always good for the space as a whole. But hey, let's stop waxing and waning on why Chainlink, and let's pop over here. We gotta talk about Cosmos, Polkadot, and Terra, because they're actually joining up for a joint DeFi protocol with high interest yield. Hey, cool, good for them. So they've called it. They're calling it Anchor. It's a savings protocol. It's between the interoperable scalable blockchain network Cosmos, the decentralized Web 3.0 blockchain interoperability network Polkadot, and the decentralized stablecoin Terra. Per the announcement, the partners claim Anchor's high interest rates are sustained by staking rewards generated through multiple proof-of-stake blockchains in the industry. So once investors once they make stablecoin deposits on the platform, Anchor's protocol uses part of the deposits to acquire staking positions across many different POS networks. The block rewards received from the staking positions are then distributed to the investors as interest for their deposits. So unlike other DeFi protocols like Compound that have volatile interest rates or annual percentage rates, APR, creators of this project claim that Anchor's yields are not only high but dependable, making the platform a perfect household savings product. I believe they promise like between 7 and 9% returns, which that is not bad. So they further claim the project's economic model is similar to that of commercial banks, where part of the customer's deposit is stored as reserves for withdrawal, while another part is invested to generate more revenue. So they're kind of doing a spin on the traditional thing. Eventually, they're moving towards what they're going to call decentralized governance to truly allow these things, to kind of develop. But yeah, no. So Anchor's team, which again came from those three cryptocurrencies, Cosmos, Polkadot, and Terra, they've created a committee dubbed the Interchain Asset Association to oversee the platform. They've got some committee members. There's a bunch of people who I don't really know. They'll initially oversee the operations and development of the protocol. However, as it continues, the decision making will be decentralized to the issue of governance tokens to members of the ecosystem. So like many of these things, they're starting up centralized, and they have shepherds to kind of like herd them through development. And then once that is done, they'll kick themselves out to the wild. So pretty cool. These are 3 coins that I've heard talked about before, but really haven't looked into before. So them teaming up like this to create this new protocol is really cool. It shows that different blockchains can work in tandem, and particularly a 3-chain venture. What if they get in a couple more chains? They could actually build this Anchor savings protocol into a legit and highly diversified crypto savings tool, which is perfect for the consumer if they can reliably promise 7 to 9% returns. If they can do that, this is going to have a significant use case. 8% is pretty darn good, especially if you live in the U.S. I don't know if you know, but if you got your money in a savings account, you're throwing money down the drain because the interest rate is maybe 1% and inflation's been sitting at like 2 or 3. So you're actually losing money by keeping it in just a traditional savings account. So moving to something like this would be really cool. Okay, but hey, good for them. All right, let's jump over and talk about Iota for a second. So the blockchain lab Drenthi is developing an Iota Tangle-based self-sovereign attendancy application, which allows people to prove their participation in an event in compliance with GDPR regulations over there in the good old EU. So basically what this means, this technology is about being able to prove that someone has attended a course, a conference, or something like that for accreditation, proof for school or tax authorities, without giving out irrelevant information about the person. So the development for this is open, which means anyone can watch, participate, and think. And the goals of the lab are to disseminate knowledge about blockchain technology and application through education, and then to research the applicability and feasibility of blockchain technology. Woo, that's a lot of words. On behalf of entrepreneurs and governments. In addition, the company strives for the establishment of a partner network to lower blockchain entry barriers. All right, another good thing of different labs working on different projects, trying to get up and develop these things. So yeah, basically the idea behind this is medical staff, accountants, tax guys, students, they're often required to provide proof that they've completed training or taken certain courses to, get their credits, their education points. So up to now, a list of participants has traditionally been kept on a document which has been stamped or notarized as proof. So this would eliminate, one, the need for paper documents, and two, it would actually make it so that way, instead of having to talk to them and then talk to the organization and get the proof or have them provide proof and show their ID or whatever, you just go, yep, bam, I went, here's my Tangle, and that'll show you everything you need to know, and nothing else is the key. So the technology works in such a way that an event organizer registers on the Tangle. They create an event key, like a QR code. The participant reads it with his smartphone in advance of the event and generates a unique key access to the Tangle. And then with this key, the participant can download the certificate from the Tangle. Bam. And then after the registration period has expired and the organizer closes the event, an employer of the organization can verify a certificate without having to look at sensitive personal data. That's the key. It eliminates the need to go digging through someone's file and having them see something they shouldn't or probably shouldn't, or something you don't want them to see. So again, another great use case coming out of these European blockchains. Verge has been doing really great with this, with supply chain management. Iota seems to be doing similar things, especially with this. We're starting to see a lot of practical applications actually emerge for these blockchain products, and that is what excites me. Practical application, real-world use cases. I think that's where the industry is going, and that's where we'll see the most success. So in my opinion, which I'm not a financial advisor, I'm some dude in his basement yelling into a microphone, and this is for entertainment only. These are the type of projects I personally invest in because I see a long-term goal and a long-term vision. I think that's the most important part. Alrighty, and then the adoption bonanza continues. Binance is expanding their fiat gateway to support 15 new national currencies. Awesome. They added the support through partnership with crypto asset and fiat money institutional custodian Etana Custody. So yeah, according to July 4th announcement, oh man, the UAE, Australian, Canadian, Swiss, Czech, British pound, Hong Kong, Danish, Hungarian, Mexican, Norwegian, New Zealand, Polish, and Swedish currencies. Dear Lord, that's a lot. Congratulations. So Binance CFO Wei Zhao told Cointelegraph that users can access fund by a Swift wire transfer, which they just bought. Adding, after linking Binance accounts to Etana accounts, Binance users can wire funds directly from their bank accounts to Etana and then have their Etana fiat balance credited to the corresponding Binance accounts instantly and free of charge by initiating a fiat deposit request on Binance. It's still a two-step process. I'd love for it to get down to a one-step process, but baby steps and just being able to have these additional on-ramps is huge. It's way more accessible than how things are currently. I mean, I can technically buy stuff on Binance with a credit card, but typically what ends up happening is I buy the stablecoin on Coinbase and transfer it to Binance. So it's still a two-step thing for me. If I could get it so that way Binance could take my money directly without having to go through a credit card and Chainly, I would love it, but it is what it is for now. So the onboarding process for Etana includes, standard know your customer and anti-money laundering checks to comply with the Bank Secrecy Act. Changpeng Zhao, who's the head of Binance and co-founder, he believes the integration will help to make access to digital assets more effortless for people across the European, Asian, North American, and Oceanian markets. Aetna's waived custody and deposit fees for sums of $1,000 or higher until August 5th, but it still costs a $35 bank wire transfer fee, and the minimum deposit is $150. So this isn't perfect by any means. This is not perfect. It really isn't, but it is a good step in the right direction. So it's the latest initiative by Binance to expand the exchange's influence in new markets. Zhao has made his expansionist ambitions clear when at the beginning of last month he said that cryptocurrency exchanges need to have a global mindset. And I would say Binance is definitely living up to that. They are definitely focused on the world at large and creating a sustainable exchange that's going to hopefully exist for decades because of it. So yeah, really like Binance, really think that Changpeng Zhao and the executive team over there have a clear vision of where they want to go. And I keep using that word vision, but I think that's the most important thing. Whether they succeed or fail is a whole nother question entirely, but I put more trust into projects that have a clear goal in mind and consistently show things to you to prove to you that they are meeting those goals. But that's just me. Speaking of large corporations, which I hope Binance one day becomes, because they're working very hard for it, Visa. Let's talk about Visa. So their head of crypto, it's a pretty vague job title, Kai Sheffield, he says the emergence of central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, will become a dominant trend in the future, and that's actually a good thing. So he's saying, I'd argue that central bank digital currency is one of the most important trends for the future of money and payments over the next decade. Regardless of anyone's personal views or whether it's good or bad, the reality is that global interest in it is not going to go away. As governments evaluate CBDC, the path they decide to take will have major implications for privacy, monetary sovereignty, geopolitics, and financial inclusion, as well as global adoption of crypto dollars and Bitcoin. Therefore, if you're interested in any of the above, it's worth closely following the active debate around CBDCs, if they should be created, and how specifically they should be designed and implemented. And I gotta agree with him here. How these conversations go over the next decade is going to determine really governments' postures to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, as well as things like that. Will they end up just becoming like stock 2.0? Like companies will issue them and you can actually verify what they're doing. I mean, that'd be great for anti-corruption and accountability and sustainability and all those things. Or are they going to become fully self-sustained currencies in their own right, or will some move that way, or some won't? Will some countries say, well, we have a digital currency, so you're not allowed to do blockchain technologies in here? It's very up in the air right now, so I do agree with him. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on what other countries say and how they do things, because that will tell us long-term where the market's going to go. But, alrighty. That was 1 through 5. We're halfway there. Not living on a prayer, though. But, alright. Let's continue. So, Indian. Got some news out of India. So farmer there are they're trying to create an organization to use blockchain for their supply chains, which we've talked about before. That's an applicable real-world use case that can eliminate counterfeit products and services and things like that and help make things more secure. So one of India's largest farm producer organizations, Sayardi Farmers Producer Seed Company, is integrating blockchain into its business process. So FPOs, or farm producer organizations, are member-based institutions of farmers that are the result of a government-led initiative. The organizations help farms sell agricultural products at the most advantageous prices. Good idea. Local news outlet The Hindu Business Line reported that Sayadri will be using blockchain for its supply chains to increase efficiency and transparency in the traceability of food products. So they're touting this as a win-win for customers and farmers. So the present scenario, farmers get only 25% of the price of sold goods, the final price. However, with the increased efficiency through blockchain implementation they're claiming, they'll be able to share up to 50% of their revenue with farmers. The organization expects to use blockchain-based data sharing to improve trust in its pricing and sales information that it shares with farmers and buyers. Blockchain integration will further allow customers to trace products back to the individual farmer who actually produced it. Customers will be able to do so using QR codes or digital maps attached to the products. So, an increasing number of blockchain companies are now working in the agricultural industry to increase efficiency and help farmers earn better revenue. In May, a blockchain based ag tech startup inked a deal with the Indian government to create a peer to peer marketplace for farmers and buyers. Back in March, AgriLedger built a blockchain ecosystem to ensure farmers in Haiti receive adequate pay. Like, I know when it comes to fish, they say like 25 to 50% of the fish that we consume is actually counterfeit. Like something is listed as salmon when it's actually not. So using blockchain and different things like that through the use of QR codes, not only will you be able to verify something is what it says it is by scanning it, you'll actually be able to trace it all the way back to maybe even the specific part of the ocean it was plucked from if it was a fish, or the specific field it was grown in if it was a radish, which is cool and crazy to me. I don't know how many farmers would like it that those of us eating the food know exactly where that food came from, because if someone gets sick, someone will blame the farmer and not the myriad of other things that could have happened to it along the way. So, yeah, I don't know about all that, but oh man, this is really cool. And for India, which has had a history of not being blockchain friendly. In fact, I think it was just in March that the Supreme Court there struck down a quasi ban that the Royal Bank of India had kind of like put on cryptocurrencies. So blockchain's still in this kind of weird state there, but there's a lot of expansion and all these different things. So it's really cool. And I'm really excited to see where this goes, because this could be implemented anywhere in the world. If it works in India, why not here in America? Why not in China? Why not in Australia? And help farmers there get all these things. So cool. We got a fun one for you guys. So ousted Bitmain co-founder, he set up a new corporate account and a website. Yeah. So okay. Mikri Zan has opened up a new bank account for the crypto mining hardware manufacturer. The listed company for the bank account is separate from Bitmain, which was once controlled by Wu and Zan for a prior venture. Zan is also directing traffic to a new Bitmain URL using WeChat and Weibo. This is kind of sad and kind of funny, so I included it on here because it made me laugh and kind of just, at the same time. So on July 6th, Bitmain's WeChat account, which we believe is under Mikri Zan's control, published an announcement saying the corporate bank account used for purchasing Bitmain's products had changed. The updated bank account name is Zanhua Intelligent Technology Company, which according to the Chinese corporate directory is registered in Fuzhou, Zan's hometown, and is wholly owned by Bitmain Beijing, which Zan controls. So a Chinese company directory. This firm was inactive but co-owned by Wu and Zan from 2017 until 2020. On July 6, 2020, the directory lists Wu was removed as company supervisor and replaced with someone else. So Zan is at odds with Wu over the position of legal representative of Bitmain. With this position and the corporate CHOP, which is a legal seal, comes control of bank accounts and signing authority for the company. So it's a pretty powerful position inside the company. While Zan controls in a literal sense the company's Beijing office, Wu remains Bitmain's legal representative and thus has the power to open and close accounts, hence the need for the Bitmain bank account to be controlled by a separate legal entity. Wu also controls the Hong Kong parent of Bitmain China and is currently blocking shipments of key silicon from Taiwan's TSMC that are being delivered to the Bitmain factory in Shenzhen via the city. Oh, dear Lord. Bitmain denies Zan has any sort of official capacity at the company, claiming he's been removed from his position. The company is saying it's also engaging in litigation against him. Oh, man. So in addition to a new corporate bank account, Zan established a new Bitmain website for after-sales service with a similar but unique domain name. The functionality on this website is less extensive than the original, only enabling users to check the warranty status of their products and contact an after-sales service center. Oh, dear Lord. So he reportedly posted the new URL on services such as WeChat and Weibo, but has been met with muted reception from the online crypto community. Followers on Weibo commented "stop it" and again in response to his posts. So this is some ongoing spat, and it's gotten kind of ugly. And unfortunately, Zon's not looking like the guy at the right. He looks like an ousted man grasping at straws, not unlike America's own Papa John. Mr. I ate 30 pizzas in 40 days, or 40 pizzas in 30 days. Both are sad, both are unhealthy, but you know, things like that are going to be happening more often because there's just a lot of money at stake for these things, and stress gets to different people in different ways. But yeah, poor guy. All right, Cardano. Apparently, I can't go a video without talking about Cardano right now. Dear Lord. So they published the Daedalus Wallet version 1.2.0-STN1 for the Cardano Shelley testnet, introducing the delegation and staking features. Users can now download the wallet and use the testnet faucet to test everything out. Pretty cool. It's still on track for mid-August release as far as I know. So, yeah, IOHK has made another important step forward yesterday by announcing the release of this brand new Daedalus wallet for the testnet. With the new version, users of the wallet can try out new Shelley functions in a sandbox environment using test ADA. So, IOHK wrote, the new Daedalus wallet is available from the Cardano testnet site. Remember, for your own security, only download Daedalus from official IOHK or Cardano sites. We hope you enjoy trying these features out. Cool. So it's adding in delegation features, the center, stake pool, rewards, and other things to try to simplify the process. Users of the Shelley testnet can now create the Shelley wallet and finance it through the testnet faucet and delegate ADA from their wallets to a stake pool. Kind of play around with things, test things out. The delegation center displays details of the current epoch and the countdown to the start of the next. While the epochs take 5 days on the Cardano mainnet, they'll only last for 6 hours on the testnet to allow for faster testing. Changes in delegation preferences will only take effect when the current and following Cardano epoch are completed. So cool. Cardano keeps pushing forward. They're going to be adding new testnet features in the upcoming weeks to include, the expansion of stake pool functionality, the ability to display stake pool ranking based on the amount of stake a user plans to delegate, support for old Byron wallets to transfer funds from them to the new Shelley wallets, claiming internal testnet rewards, and all these other things. So it is definitely something to watch. It's definitely something that's going to be becoming more and more feature complete as it approaches August, and I am so excited. And of course, no real ADA is involved on the testnet, so don't give anyone any money. Only download things from Cardano and IOHK. Okay? Prevent scammers. And actually, scammers are who we're going to talk about next. So there are Ethereum scammers attempting to impersonate top DeFi projects. Dear Lord, already. So DeFi scams are becoming prevalent. They are. So yeah, we've got to talk about this. So the past few weeks, many DeFi protocols launched their own tokens, like Comp and BAL. There remain many Ethereum-based applications that intend on launching their own tokens to spur revenue, adoption, and value, and this is where the scam is coming in. So scammers are attempting to take advantage of this trend by listing official, not really official, protocol tokens on Uniswap before the targeted protocols and coins actually launch their respective cryptos. So people are focusing in right now on Uniswap, Tornado Cash, BZRX or Fulcrum, Curve, DYDX, and 1inch. Unfortunately, some attempts have been successful already. So the screenshot, which if you're listening, not watching, you can't see, it's of a user trading 2 wrapped Ethereum worth around 450 for 13,504 fake Uniswap community tokens, which then the hacker would make off with that 450. Sorry, not hacker, scammer. My mistake. So yeah, there is another instance of this documented, which if there's 2 people who came forward, my thought is there's probably another 18 minimum who are too embarrassed to say anything. And that's not to say that a bunch of other people come forward, but when someone gets scammed, honestly, I feel like 9 out of 10 times they're so embarrassed they don't want to say anything. That 1 out of 10 times it's either a heck of a lot of money or that person just has very good confidence or no shame. One of the two. So yeah, big thing to keep an eye on. Watch out for it. Again, no FOMO. Don't just buy random things. Don't do that. Be very careful. This is one that I don't know a lot about the DeFi protocols, but it sounds like this is a harder one to spot. So definitely be on your toes. Scams aren't the only problems with DeFi, of course. Ethereum is slow and it's gas intensive. Paying $10 for a transaction fee and then having to wait 15 seconds for settlement is just bad user experience. So yeah, DeFi is not without its issues. It's probably why some of these coins and tokens and things like that are experiencing some drops as the euphoria fades and reality starts to set back in. But alrighty, I wanted to end things on a positive note. Let's talk about Dogecoin. So viral TikTok videos boost the price of it by 20% because this is America. This is the world. Why not? So a viral video urging everyone on TikTok to buy Dogecoin to push its price to $1, but with that price so far away, it's pretty unrealistic. But they bumped it $20 or 20%. It calls on viewers to invest $25 in it and then wait until its value rises. It attracted 500,000 views and 58,000 likes to date. I mean, it's pretty funny. Dogecoin, it was always just like a tongue-in-cheek like joke on Bitcoin, but it's become a self-sustainable thing that's lasted longer than a lot of cryptocurrencies have. I know the creator of Dogecoin is consistently in awe of the longevity of it and probably the stupidity of the whole situation, but I'm not knocking Dogecoin. I'm not. Do not take me down for being a Dogecoin hater. I love it. Ironically, it's great. We gotta have fun things like this in life because the world is just way too serious right now. But yeah, this James Gallant posted this video called "Let's All Get Rich," and he persuaded viewers to invest in the cryptocurrency. They called on TikTok users, to tune the $25 in Bitcoin, and then watch its value rise from 0.2 cents to $1, which would give each person a profit of $10,640. If the unlikely scenario happened, Dogecoin is practically worthless. There are 800 million TikTok users. Once it hits $1, you'd have 10,000. Tell everybody you know. For context, cryptocurrencies are largely speculative instruments and their prices can go up and down, so it's unwise to take financial advice from TikTok videos. It's unwise to do anything from TikTok videos, honestly. Dogecoin was created back in 2013. The creators actually abandoned it in 2015, but the crypto joke has, it's just popular. It's got a super active community, a very low price and low transaction costs. Last year, Elon Musk stood in as its joke CEO and called it his favorite crypto. I mean, people just have fun with Dogecoin. Like I said, it's just a fun little joke that's gone way past what it ever should have, and I love it for it. So yeah, just wanted to end things on a happy note, and on continuing these happy notes, let's take a look at CoinMarketCap. See what we've got. So most things are in the green today. Top 10, Bitcoin and Ethereum are both up by less than 1%, but they had good days yesterday, so hopefully this is just some consolidation. XRP is actually down by about 0.5%. Bitcoin Cash is up by 2.5%. Bitcoin SV kicking around at almost 10% on the day. Good for them. Litecoin at 1%. Cardano is up 10%, just clipping 11 cents. I told y'all I had a dream. My dreams came true. Binance coin up 4%. Crypto.com's kicked into the 10th spot, about 0.5% up. EOS is kicking at 11. Chainlink, as I talked about before, that's staggering 16% growth over the past day, and it honestly looks like it's possibly going to be ticking back up even more. Tezos, Stellar, Unis, all having good days. Top 20 is looking good. It's a green day today. I hope y'all are happy with it. I hope wherever you are, you're having a good one. I hope that big old cup of coffee was hot, tasty, and if you like it black like me, delicious, and if you like it with cream and sugar, sweet. So yeah, I will talk to y'all tomorrow, and as always, thank you to everyone who's made it this far, liked, comment, subscribed. I mean, if you made it this far, you might as well at this point. And as always, links are in the description, so check down there if you want to learn about anything more. It's the purpose of this, is to learn and grow. Alrighty, bye.